So, Ibrahim, thank you so much for joining me. Um, First of all, congratulations on your
Thank you.
presidency of MechSoc, which I believe is the Mechanical Engineering Society.
That's correct, yeah.
So, thanks very much for agreeing to do our series. Just to explain a little bit more, basically, we realised that people are going to be feeling a little bit unsure about going back to uni in September, and it's a little bit harder to get involved in societies and things because some things are going to look a little bit different, maybe be virtual, but those opportunities are still there. We want to help people realize that and see that and still get involved in amazing things like MechSoc. So we're just hoping that I could chat to you and find out a little bit more about what MechSoc are doing. So do you want to start by introducing yourself and sort of the society?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Verity, I'm Ibrahim. I'm third year, well, going into my third year now, studying mechanical engineering. And yeah, I'm the president this year for MechSoc. Basically, as it says in the name, pretty much we're a society which looks after mechanical engineers or anything related to mechanical engineering. We're trying to offer this year, especially, we're trying to offer, given the current situation, as many opportunities to our members and incoming freshers as we can as possible. Like you mentioned, it will be difficult to do in-person events, but we are hoping to do some virtual and online stuff as well. So we've got a very exciting Fresh Week planned. And essentially, we're just giving our members the opportunity to socialise with each other, to get to know each other a bit more, but to also explore the world of engineering, both inside and outside of university, whether that be through alumni speed networking events, talks from industry, or just collaborating with each other in a safe space. We're trying to provide the opportunity to students to get the most that they can from their mechanical engineering degree.
Awesome. Thanks very much. So I have a few questions for you. How has COVID-19 affected the communication with your committee members?
Well, I think we're lucky that we live in the 21st century. I'd say that technology now is so great. You know, me and you we're on Zoom, so predominantly that's the main thing that we've been using, as well as other messenger services. So WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, everything now is so well interconnected and integrated. It's quite easy to get hold of people. So yeah, we haven't actually met each other in person, which is a bit unfortunate yet. So all of my meetings have been virtual, but everyone's been able to get on. We'll be able to see each other, meet each other, you know, have a few casual conversations as well. So in that sense, it's we still got to know each other quite well, and we're working well together. But I'd say that this is, you know, I hate the term the new normal, but I'm going to use it. It is the new normal. And online collaboration will probably be the way forward in the future. A lot of big companies are using it to host their interviews, and I think it's just something that we'll have to get used to. But as I said already, it's very good right now, the current platform, Zoom, and other communication device platforms. And it'll only get better in time. So I feel the more we adapt and we embrace it, the easier it will be for us. I'll take this opportunity now just to introduce the new committee. So I've got myself, Ibrahim, so I'm the president, like I said. There's Emma, who is our secretary, Usman, who's our sports rep, Ashley, who is our social rep, and Becky, who is our treasurer. And we've all been working really hard over the summer break to try and bring something forward for the first couple of weeks of term. You know, we understand it's a very difficult time, so we've been putting our heads together, meeting on a regular basis to try and bring something to our members.
Yeah, I think you're so right about technology sort of forcing us all, like the lockdown sort of forced us all to use technology that little bit more.
Exactly.
Yeah, it probably has been a good thing.
Yeah.
So the next question, do you think webinars and online pub quizzes are going to be the new social norm for university societies?
Well, I've got to say, I don't know about yourself, but I've had so many family quizzes over this lockdown period that it's become a bit tiresome, and I hate to say it, but I might have to get back into them for uni. But yeah, I'd say looking at the current government guidelines, you know, we've got to be sensible about this. initially, I think what we're expecting to happen is that it will be virtual. However, we are planning some events which are in person within our social distance bubbles, of course. And we all know the importance of social distancing and its proven effectiveness of slowing the virus transmission. So we do have to be mindful of this. And I think with the university being closed itself for the first semester at least, it would be difficult to imagine in-person events at this stage. But we're 5 weeks, 6 weeks away from freshers, and the situation is changing all the time. So I am hopeful that we will be able to get some in-person events, because there is a possibility that the guidelines can change again. That's not to say that the online versions of our events won't be as good. We're going to try and push to get as much involvement as possible with our freshers, to make them feel welcome and involved in the university life.
Yeah, I guess the lockdown has it's made us all use our creativity to come up with new ideas for events and stuff. I think we found that wise as well.
I mean, there were a few ideas bounced around my family, especially that we could do different game shows each week, and I thought, wow, this has got completely out of control. But it got to that stage. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it is, I hate the word, I'm going to use it again, the new normal, and we'll just have to adapt as best as we can.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer. I think the mixture sort of means that anyone who doesn't feel safe to come on campus can still do something and get involved in societies. But
yeah, that's a really good point. Exactly. We can still have the in-person events if we were to have them. But if people are vulnerable, or they are shielding, or they are, anxious about going out, there is something to cater for them, and that is important to have that balance, like you said.
Yeah. So the next question. Are you still planning to run fresher events in September?
Yes, absolutely. So like I said before, we are starting to put together a Freshers Week. I think it will be different to other years for sure. But we have got a few events lined up, or in the pipeline even. We're just waiting for approval from the university. So campus tours, scavenger hunts, icebreaker building challenges. There's the potential as well for some in-person socials, but we're still looking into that and just working out venues to see if spacing can be big enough. I know within engineering we are looking at developing family schemes and family bubbles. So essentially engineering is one big bubble, and there'll be parents from years 2, 3 and 4 to look after sort of freshers in year 1. And we're just looking really to see how we can use this scheme to our advantage and to hold as many events as possible. I think the discussion at the moment is that it's not going to be somewhat a Freshers Week, but more a Freshers Term, if you like. So rather than have all the events compressed into 1 week, we're going to try and space them out over the term just to keep freshers engaged while they're not on campus, just to keep them mixing and socialising with other people as well. So yeah, hopefully that's the plan. I hate to take Freshers Week away from anyone, because it is a really good week, but we are going to try and match that, if not better it, this year.
Yeah, I think by spreading it out, it means that more people can get involved in more different stuff and try out a few different societies and things. Yeah, it's a nice idea.
Exactly, that's what I'd say to people. I'd say just try out as many things as you can, because you never know what you might like at university. I mean, this is a bit away from engineering, but I wasn't very good at go-karting. I joined a go-karting club, and now I'm on a team. I race around the country. So, I'd say to freshers, just get involved with anything and everything. University has so much to offer. And, especially the current situation, we are embracing you. We are trying to find new ways to benefit you, to include you, and to put on as many events as we can. So I would say grab the opportunity with open arms, because you will find something good out of it.
Yeah, I think that's so well said. I know that I made my best friends at uni from doing societies and things, because it's a good chance to meet people who think like you and enjoy the same things as you, exactly. Or maybe are trying something new like you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if I can add an interesting point on that, we are looking at collaboration with other societies. So, for example, a society completely away from engineering, just to give people the opportunity just to meet new people, like you say, who you might not be doing the same degree, but you might still have similar interests. So we're trying to nurture that as much as possible.
Yeah, and that's such an important skill, I think, in engineering, is being able to collaborate with people. Obviously, that's such a massive part of so many engineering jobs and careers and things. So
Exactly.
yeah, such good practice to do as many societies as you can.
Yeah, I agree. Fully agree.
I have one final question for you.
Sure.
It's, what are you doing to stay motivated in lockdown, and have you developed any new skills?
I mean, I say my routine is an issue. I don't really have one at the moment. Hopefully I have one before I go back to uni, because it's my 3rd year and I need to get my head down for sure. But yeah, at the beginning of lockdown, I think we all thought that, it'd last a couple of weeks. But here we are 5 months down the line, and we're still in the middle of a pandemic. So, the world around us has changed a lot. So sort of a month in, I sort of realised that, I need to be doing something about this. It's not going to be over anytime soon. So I may as well, put the time I have to best possible use, really. And, we're isolated, away from friends, away from family. So we need to find the motivation from somewhere. So, I think I'm with most people. I bought fitness equipment, tried to keep fit, because gyms were shut for quite a long time. But also, I just used the time to reflect on myself and, what I'd done up to this point in my university life, especially, and where I wanted to go. And I feel that's important, because we don't really have time, I think, as students, to stop and think and, assess what we're doing, what we need to work on, or where our future's going to take us, because we're so busy with deadlines and working and lectures and friends and social, everything, all that. So it's good to have a break and a pause from all of that, really, and to focus on myself a bit and which direction I want to take my career in. And then, I played around with a few courses. So I did a few CAD courses, because a lot of these websites, webinars, internships, things are popping up. And, they make use of exactly the same platform we're using, Zoom. So it's just a credit to show, what technology can do if you go out there and look, and people are using it quite well. So yeah, I think the first sort of part of lockdown was very productive, but I'm glad towards the end that, I have managed to do these things and work on things which I'm interested in and wouldn't have had the time to work on otherwise.
Well, thanks very much for taking the time to chat to me. Is there anything else that you feel that people should hear? Anyone who's thinking about joining the university in September, or anyone who's unsure about returning? Any more words of wisdom or little tips to finish off?
I think first and foremost, you should join MechSoc. Is, obviously got to promote the society, but no, honestly, we've got so many exciting things lined up for freshers and for current students. We are going to try and be engaged as much as possible with you guys. Given the current time, it is going to be hard to do that, but we will try as hard as possible to get speakers in from outside, to promote, to have socialised events within the academic year. So do get involved with that. It is quite exciting. We've got one, quick plug, we've got one next Thursday, I think it's next Thursday, 27th, an alumni speed networking event. So get signed on to that. And yeah, for just current freshers, just I'd say try everything and everything, really. Step out your comfort zone. Uni is a great place to do that. I'd say I'm a changed person compared to what I was 3 years ago when I started. And it's for the better. Embrace the change, and the more you embrace it, the more you get out of it. Is sort of my thing I say to people. And yeah, just have fun. Okay.
Very well said. Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Verity. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.